Alright, so before the segment ended, so we've got the A-shaped 5 in this cage here. So I guess if we're going to do the drawing tool, every lesson we got to do some drawing tool. This is the entire A-shaped cage here. Okay, now if I can change this color for a second and show you the other cage. This is the entire now that's A5. This is the G5 cage, but this is really the C cage, as you know. This is the bottom, this is the open string region. We're going lower than that because we're on a virtual fretboard. We try not to worry about actually playing it. Just worry about the relationship in the keyboard, because this exists up here, right? Up here where an octave is. So we're really up there. If you wanted to be able to reach that, that would be this too. Coming in way from up here. And then the D. But don't worry about that. Just worry about the relationship between the cages. So we've got our two cages mapped out. We've got a root-shaped major G-shaped fifth. It's the fifth of this root. So here's 1, here's 4, here's 5. The C always goes to an E shape, and that's something I have to show you guys in this lesson. We have to get to that. It works on the arpeggios. So it works in the majors here. We have a G-shaped root here going up into this situation here, all in the G box. That's fine, but guess what? This box overlaps. So you can give attributes to it to this box too. And guess what? It says A5. That means an A-shaped 5. You know that's an A shape right there, right? A second inversion A-shaped G. Second inversion A-shaped G. I'm going to play it in the low. Remember we were up here? I'm going to do it in the low. That's it right there. I mean, it's a real chord. If you got a down C tuned guitar, it's as real as it gets. That was the R to the 7. So you give it an A shape. Alright, so when I'm doing an arpeggio, I can start with a G on the bottom and then go straight up into what's called an A shape. And G goes to A according to the cage. As you go down in the fretboard, you're going up in cage. So it'll be... Alright, now the only remaining note is this one. And that's fair enough to say that's part of the A. That's part of that A. So what's going on here is you can actually, you can arpeggiate the G because it's such a hard chord to do. And then just do this chord and go, whoops. I'm not sure if it's my guitar. See, my little tapes, I put a lot of tape on this, and I'm working to get this not to have to put tape, but I don't care. I do that with my guitar. I'll just put Scotch tape on if I feel like it. But it does get in the way. So then I have to get on these really strong glasses and look, and oh my God, yes, a teeny little piece of tape was sticking up. Then you have to get like, an X-Acto knife or something, but very carefully trim that. It can be none of the inlay sticky notes hanging over the fret, or they will stop the sound. So if you have a sound like that and it stops, just go, or start here where there's sound. Let's say your problem is somewhere down here, so you just go, and then it goes. goes to nothing, you know that the problem is right here. It's right at the fret that's above where your finger is when it first starts not playing. Then you get on a pair of really strong glasses and you see the problem and then you remove it somehow. Usually it can be, clipped with a little scissors or something like that. That's if it's starting to fray up, if the frets are starting to fray up. But I don't care. It's probably my playing, my nails. Anyway, we've got this A here. It's okay to give this 2 to this A shape. So what I'm saying is you can play a beautiful arpeggio instead of going, okay, I'm going to start on root. Okay, root does a major third here, a minor third, straight up to octave. Okay, now I got to hit the warp, right? All right. So let's say I'm going to from octave G to a major third. All right, but I'm going to warp it up so it goes straight up. And now from the major third, I'm going to go to the fifth, which is a minor third, up to this 2 up here. Okay, well, that's easy, I can repeat that shape. But can you? Can you do it really easily, and are you having fun? No, but it's fun if you can just do it as, hey, this is a G, you can arpeggiate the G. Now just hold the A, just like that. Just like that. You see how fun it is? G, A. Now why does that work? It works because the G is always, the bottom 3 strings closest to you are always in a root shape. So the next shape up is the next cage shape. So G goes to A, like that. Okay? That kind of thing. If we're going to start it from, let's say we could do it on the fly. We're going to start it from the B shape, right? So we're going to start let's get out a drawing tool, right? If we started from the B, which is the 7th, all right, what box are we in with the 5th? We're in the D box with the 5, and we're going to do an arpeggio that transfers out of that box, mainly the G box, but it's the D5 box, right? Because it's G, C, D. Remember, that's always 1, 4, 5. Okay, and encaged, it's always 4th away. So E goes to A, okay, and then A goes to C. Now that's a little different. Once again, because remember, if E is the root, okay, A is the 4th, the 5th is going to be B, but because the 7 is in the root box, we can call it a part of the C box. Okay, that's kind of what it is. So C, we call it a C even though it's a B, and over here, even though it's an F, where it's in reverse, we call it an E. This one goes up 1, this one goes down 1, but it's within that cage. It's within the same cage. These guys are in different cages, kind of thing. They're in the same cage too, but that's another problem. So we maintain the cage, all right? Because remember, F and B are not in the pentatonic scale, so we have to look at F as a raised E in the pentatonic scale, and it is indeed in the open box here, right? So our F is right there, starting on the 4th, in the C box. So we get our 3rd minor, 4th major, and over here we get our 7th half diminished root E-shaped chord here in the same box. So that's why this is considered a root minus chord, and this is considered a E